experts. How you guys doing out there? I see you all hanging out there. You're all online. Hi. I have a very good friend of mine. You can see right now we are here together. I am in Colorado filming on location with Julie. This is Julie. This is Julie from Kanga Care. She is the owner and CEO of Rumparoos. And we have been here all day filming together.
All day.
We're tired, right?
Yes.
We've been filming all day, okay? But we would not ever let you down and not have a show for tonight because we're going to have an awesome, awesome show tonight. So first of all, let's get to business here, okay? Because this is a topic that requires a lot of conversation, and Julie and I spent the entire day talking about cloth diapering today, and I think that for a lot of you, you may be sitting there wondering, if you're not already doing it, what are some of the reasons why people actually decide to cloth diaper, you know? And I think that we should go over a little bit about the reasons why we do it, and then, you know, I think it'll give you a little bit of a better understanding of why you might want to consider looking into it. So in our experience, there are three main reasons why people decide to actually cloth diaper their children. Because you may be thinking, God, that seems like such old school, right? Like it was something my mother did or my grandmother did 40 years ago. Like, why would I do that now? Why would I go back in time? Why would I think about even washing a diaper when I can just throw it out? You know, the thing is that there are a lot of reasons to do it. And the number one reason that my clients and most people do it is for the health, okay? There are tons and tons of chemicals inside the disposable diapers, and some of them are pretty bad. And this is what Julie and I were talking about today, and I'll let Julie kind of elaborate a little bit on the chemicals that are currently in the disposable diapers that you guys are using, if you're using them.
Well, you know, there's a lot of chemicals in the diapers. The two main ones that we're probably going to talk about is there's dioxin, and dioxin is a byproduct when you bleach paper. So, you know, there's trace amounts of dioxin in the diapers, and you know, there's even regulated amounts in toilet paper, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's actually legal limits of dioxin, which is a known carcinogen. Legal limits of dioxin that you can actually put into toilet paper because it comes in close, continuing contact with your skin.
Yes.
But there's no legal limit in your baby's diaper, which makes no logical sense to me at all because nothing comes in closer contact with your skin than your diaper.
There's not even an ingredients panel on your pack of diapers, which, you know, should be concerning in itself. You know, one of the other chemicals that's in a disposable diaper is sodium polyacrylate. That's what's making the diapers absorbent. That is the gel that expands to 500 or 800 times.
I think it's like 500 or 800 times its weight in liquid. And, you know, anything that can hold that much liquid is not natural.
No.
Okay? Nothing natural can actually hold that much liquid.
Expand that much.
Exactly. And it's actually the same chemical that was banned from women's tampons in 1985 because it caused toxic shock syndrome. And what you have to understand, and for anybody out there who's used a disposable diaper, they know as the diaper saturates, you'll see these little beads come through. They look like crystals or a little gel that comes through the diaper, and that actually sits on your baby's skin. That's the sodium polyacrylate. And that gel or those beads are actually absorbing into your baby's bloodstream and can cause all kinds of problems with the baby. So it's something to really consider. They've been adding more and more of these chemicals as time has gone by, you know. You listen to your mom and she's kind of like, well, we use disposables on you and you're just fine. And you're like, well, yeah, but the diapers they used 35 years ago are not the same diapers as they are today. You know, back then, if you look at kids that wore, if you look at pictures of yourself, if you wore disposable diapers, they were big, giant, cotton-filled diapers, and they were not with this gel that they have in it now. Even 9 years ago, when I first had Jade, the diapers were so much thicker than the diapers are today. Now they're like paper thin, and what they've done is they've just added more and more chemicals to it.
Yeah, the improvements, you know, are just making them thinner, and it's just boosting the chemical content.
Yeah, it's really pretty scary. Has anybody ever looked at their package of diapers to see that there is no ingredient list? I mean, like, you really don't know what's in it. Okay, and it's amazing, like, that we would be willing to expose our children to something that we have no idea really what's in there. And the diapering industry has no, they're not required to put those ingredients on the packaging. Unlike food, where you need to know what are you actually eating, what are you ingesting. You're taking these chemicals into your body. Your skin is your body's largest organ, and so when you put something onto your skin, just like a cream or a medication, or we can take medications through patches or lotions, because it actually absorbs into your skin. And with a baby, the weave of their skin is actually more open, where they absorb chemicals even faster than we do. So in future prior episodes, when we were talking about like Earth Mama's Angel Babies products and organic products, and I think Alicia from the Soft Landing and I were talking about that on the last finale show, about how those chemicals get absorbed so easily in an infant. It's the same thing with the baby's diaper, and it's such repeated exposure over such a long period of time.
It's everyday exposure over 3.5, 4 years.
Yeah, so. I really, the reason I think I feel so passionate about it is because it's one of those things where I did not cloth diaper my children, and I have a lot of regret over doing that. And it's not about like regret, like I'm not beating myself up. The point is that I have regret about not getting the information. That's what I have the most regret about, because I know that if I had just looked into it a little bit, and I had any inkling that there was any kind of health risk or health concern about it, I know I would have researched it better and I would have done better. As we know more, we do better, and that's sort of like the way it is with everything. But now that you know a little bit more about the diapers, I hope each and every one of you are going to learn a little bit more, whether you decide to go that route or not. It's just important to make the right conscious decision. Okay, decision is only really a decision. I mean, a choice. Making a choice is only made when you really have knowledge. Okay, otherwise it's not really a choice. If you don't really know, then it's not really a choice, right? Would you agree with that?
I would absolutely agree.
That's how I feel about breastfeeding too. If you don't really know, if you don't know why you're going to do it, or you don't know how to do it, then can you really make a decision or a choice about it?
No.
Okay. So same thing with the diapers. The other big thing about diapers is the cost. Okay, and so many of you guys, I know, with the economy being the way it is, are struggling with money these days, and it kills me every day when people walk into the store and they're trying to like go back and forth between this stroller and that stroller. Should I spend an extra $100 on that or $200 on that? And I'm going, oh my God, are you kidding? Like, just cloth diaper, you're going to save thousands of dollars. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, it's thousands of dollars. You literally save thousands of dollars.
You don't have to decide on that $200.
I always say that. I'm like, just cloth diaper and breastfeed, and you will save yourself like $10,000, and then go buy whatever stroller and diaper bag your heart desires, okay? Because you just saved all that money, and you did the two healthiest things you can for your child. Yeah, it really is such a huge cost savings. The difference in cost is somewhere between, I think, for disposable diapering, and we were kind of trying to figure this out today, like conservatively in a realistic way, and that includes like diapers, swim diapers, pull-ups, wipes, diaper genie refills, diaper creams, and that's like a potty training kit at around 3.5, which is like the normal age when they're in disposable diapers. They do potty train a lot quicker when they're in cloth because they feel wet. We were estimating that it's going to cost somewhere around $5,000 to $8,000, and I can tell you that I spent $8,000 because we would run out all the time, and then I would send Joe out to the supermarket to purchase diapers, little package for $22 or whatever it was for like
the most expensive way you could possibly
the most
purchase
expensive.
diapers.
Or how many people have had like a diaper where you're changing the baby and then the baby like poos or pees like the minute you put the diaper on, and you're
before
like,
you fastened it,
before you've even closed it, they're peeing all over it and you're throwing it out, right?
Yeah, or dad gets a little overzealous and like rips the tab off the side of the diaper.
Exactly. Or you overbought, like you bought a size and then the baby grew out of it, and you have all these extra sizes that don't fit anymore. When you start to add all that into the mix, believe me, you're going to spend thousands of dollars. What the thing is that you don't realize is it's bleeding you slowly, okay? It is not like one big lump of money, so you don't think about it. But over time, over those years, it is your biggest expense when it'll come to your child. That's including the cost of water, that's including all the accessories, everything that you could possibly need. And the major kicker with that, okay, is this. When I disposable diapered my children, and I have two of them, I spent $8,000 each. So that's not $8,000, that's $16,000, okay?
That's a college fund.
That is a college fund, okay? $16,000 versus $1,200, which I would have been doing something healthier for my child and only spending $1,200 because they're reusable, okay? So it is a really, really great cost savings. If there's any dads out there, this is the part that gets them.
Yeah.
They go, oh, cheaper?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm in. Whatever. Yeah, she'll do the laundry, right? Cheaper? We're in. Well, sign me up. And then there's the last reason that people cloth diaper, and that has to do with the environment and the environmental issues.
Yes.
I'll let Julie elaborate a little bit on that.
When you're using disposable diapers, you've got a product that doesn't decompose easily. You knot it up, and then you stuff it in the diaper genie. You twist it away, and then when the diaper genie's full, you empty it into a plastic bag. So it's got triple plastic, and then it goes into a landfill. And they actually don't know if that's going to decompose.
They don't know
because they're saying that it'll take a diaper between 500 and 800 years to decompose. And they're not taking into account that it's getting triple wrapped in plastic and sausage.
One baby creates 2,000 pounds,
Yeah.
1 ton per year that they're in diapers per child every year.
Yeah.
And it's like the second contributor to our landfills. Is disposable diapers. In fact, Jen, who teaches the live workshop with me, refuses to call them disposable diapers. She calls them non-reusable.
Yeah.
Because somehow when we call them disposable diapers, it's like disposable, like they're gone. Like
Yeah,
somehow
you think
they're
they go
gone.
away, and
They
they're
go
not.
away.
Yeah.
They never, ever, ever go away. And if you really read at the package on your diapers package, it tells you that it is illegal to throw solid waste like poop into the garbage. Okay, everybody's running for their packaging now. To
Yeah,
do that.
like, I
Like, what do you
gotta
mean? I'm not supposed to send this to the garbage. I always throw we all threw in the garbage, and the truth is that it actually can contaminate the groundwater. So it is illegal to throw solid waste into the garbage. You need to dispose of that into the sewer system. So you already need to be throwing out that poop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. And so in that aspect, it's no different than a cloth diaper because that's one of the first questions you get with cloth. What do you do with the poop?
Yep.
Well, you dump it in the toilet.
Yeah.
And that's technically what any diaper user, disposable or cloth, should be doing.
Yeah, and they're talking about, Jen was saying, they're talking about some of these townships are actually thinking about going through the trash and finding people who have poop in their garbage because these municipalities are actually going bankrupt. And, if they can go through and look for needles and fine you for that, then why not look for the poop while they're there, right? So I would suggest stop throwing the poop in the garbage, or you might get a big fine one of these days. Who knows, right? The main thing I think that most people consider when they're looking at diapers is that, they think it's going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
Like they're going to have to deal with poop.
You're dealing with poop no matter what. When you're
having a baby.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you're afraid of poop,
don't have a baby.
That's not where to start. Yeah. If you're gonna if you use disposable diapers, you're gonna deal with a lot more poop. Poop shooting out of the back of the diaper, poop all over the baby and the baby's clothes, poop all over you, and then you're just doing more laundry. You're doing more laundry than the cloth diapers will actually.
That is absolutely the truth. One other thing that you have to consider when you are disposable diapering your baby, especially little boys, okay, is that their testes are going to sit in plastic for 3 to 4 years, all right? And what we have seen over the last 35 years from this plastic on the baby is that we have seen a 50% decrease in male sperm counts over the last 35 years since we introduced plastic diapers onto the market, and a 50% increase in testicular cancers. And so this is, I'm not saying this is the only cause of what's happening, but the correlation of time is directly linked to the timing of when we started actually putting little boys in plastic.
Yep.
And when you think about when you're trying to get pregnant, and heating up the testes actually kills sperm. And so I want to thank you, Mom, because we had a very easy time getting pregnant, and I always thought it was me, but now I know that Joe was cloth diaper, and I can say he gets all the credit for that. Anyway, but let's take out a few of your things here. I want to show them.
Oh,
you
okay.
got some stuff.
Yeah.
Take a look at how cute these are. First of all, how could you resist?
hold those?
Okay, and she also came out with some new stuff that I want to show you guys.
All right, what should we start
First,
with?
start with your diaper. Okay, let's do the little Joey because it's just too cute. Okay,
All right.
This is a little Joey. Take a look at how cute this is. Okay. Oh my God.
Okay, so
Now, does that look like a cloth diaper to you? Like what you would think of? Like the burp pads. We're not using the pre-folds.
no,
Most
they
people
dry
are
your
not.
car now.
Yeah, exactly. These are little Joeys, and this will fit what? 4 pounds.
4 to 12 pounds.
4 to 12 pounds.
Yeah.
There's a perfect diaper, especially if you're having little itty bitty babies, preemies, twins,
Yeah.
right? And it fits so nicely, and they're adjustable.
It's kind of 2 sizes. Because
Awesome.
once the umbilical cord falls off,
Right.
you
it has
can
a little snap
unsnap
down.
the cord,
Oh, they're so
snap,
cute.
and then it goes up a size.
Awesome. Okay, and then we have your regular diaper.
So this is the one size.
That's the one size. Okay, super soft.
So the new wet bags, they are flat on the back, and there's a little handle, so you
Yep.
can hang it on your door if you want to. It's
Awesome.
also small enough to go in your diaper bag. and then it opens on the front. They're seam sealed, and it's a barrier seam sealing technology, so the seams aren't going to pull apart and split.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep in the odor and all the wetness.
Awesome. Awesome.
So those are the wet bags.
Or somebody's going to win one of those.
And then the pail liner is
really big and nice.
Yeah, it'll fit in your diaper pail.
Isn't that nice?
It's also, it can be freestanding. It's a full tube with a circle bottom, and so it's barrel shaped. And so if you don't want to put it in a pail, you don't have to. You can just keep tossing your diapers in. It'll freestand. If it gets about 3 feet tall, it's time to wash your diapers.
Yeah, if it's starting to walk away by itself, it's time
to wash. If it makes it halfway to the laundry room, it's telling you something.
It's telling you. It's time to wash your diapers.
Yeah.
Okay, don't let them go that long, for sure. Okay, you don't want to let them go. Okay.
Yeah.
So, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. I heard some stuff, somebody talking about the Aplex versus the snaps. And, I'll just give you my own opinion about that. I think that from feedback that I've gotten, the Aplex, I've had some people say that the child at a certain point starts to pull it open.
Yeah, there's a period where the baby can start to, take their own diaper off, and they'll be able to get that Aplex diaper off first. Mm-hmm. But if they make it to like 18 months, they're both coming off. It doesn't matter. So just keep pants on. Yeah. Because my son he'll leave the Aplex ones on now, but the snap ones, he likes the way it sounds.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Pop. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. My children were taking off their diapers even in the disposable diapers, and those were even easier to pull off, okay?
Those pull off.
They didn't even have to take them off to get in, because they could just stick their hand through the back and they could reach right in. So, either way. And I think that also there's something with the Aplex, too, that you can also make them a little tighter. So there's like pros and cons to having a little bit of both, I would say.
Yeah, with the Aplex, you can put it exactly where it needs to be. With the snap, there's about 1 inch to choose between which size.
Yes.
And they're close enough that you're still going to get the right fit. The Aplex just might have that extra little bit of adjustability.
Awesome. Let's get to some questions. You guys want to do some questions? Because you guys sent in a ton of questions, and I think we should go through a few of them here. I sometimes run out of time because I get so caught up and carried away with the conversation. I'm having too much fun, and then I don't get to all the questions. Tonight's questions mostly came in about cloth diapering, and so we're going to stick to the cloth diapering questions tonight, and we'll cover some of the others on future shows, breastfeeding and burping. Did anybody try my burping technique from last week? Did anybody try burping the way I showed you last week? Because I got a few emails saying yes. Yeah, good. How'd it work? Was it good? It works. Yay. It worked. Yes, it does work. I know. I know. And somebody was saying, what do you do when the baby gets too heavy? You can bounce on one of those balls. Like get an exercise ball and just bounce up and down, okay? If your baby's too heavy, but it definitely works. If you missed last week, you know you can watch the replays, okay? You can't see the chats, but if anybody's missed last week or this is your first time watching tonight, you can go back to and watch any of the shows prior to this and see all the other information, us answering questions, different topics, and I think we've gone back and actually put the topics in the title so that you can find what you're looking for easier. But if they're really, really good to go back and watch. Let's get to some questions here. The first question came in from Cindy in Minnesota. Okay, and Cindy in Minnesota, I'm gonna let Julie take this one. She says, "What makes Rumparoos different from Bum Genius, Fuzzy Buns, other diapers on the market? And what cleaning method do you use to keep the stink away? I have most of my issue with the toddler pre-folds."
Well, the biggest feature about the Rumparoos that is going to set it apart from any of the other diapers on the market is on the inside of the diaper, there's inner gussets. And basically, it works like a double barrier channel to keep the poop.
Do you have one there? Because I want to show them what a gusset is, okay? Yeah. There are not many diapers on the market that have, and yours is the only one with an inner gusset this way. It's actually a patent pending design here, where it actually, do you see this? It's like a pocket on the inside of the diaper. This is what holds it all in.
Yeah, and what makes it different is this gusset is actually on the inside of the diaper and not just an extension of the outer elastic.
Yes.
So that's the biggest piece. There's a couple other things. We have a biodegradable TPU on the outside, and the snaps and the elastics and the micro chamois won't biodegrade, but if you stick it in a compost, the cover will completely break down. So,
oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and that's
awesome.
True for the wet bags and pail liners, which are 95% compostable.
Awesome.
So
totally awesome. Very green.
Very.
Very green. And then the whole idea of like the stinking issues of like the diapers, I think it really has to do, and this is what I'm seeing, when people call the store and they've had other diapers, they're looking for diapers, it really has to do sometimes with the diapers that you purchase. Certain fabrics will stink more than others. I mean, it looks like from the question that you're asking about the Bum Genius or the Fuzzy Buns, they do, sometimes the Bum Genius will get a little bit more of an odor. It's like a fishy odor that they can get. They do sell something really great. They sell an odor remover. Bum Genius sells its own odor remover to take care of that fishy smell that sometimes it comes with, and that has to do with the fabric. So different diapers will have different fabrics, and that's where you'll get some of those odors.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can take care of it. Awesome. Let's see. So we got another question here. Melanie from Nebraska, right? She's asking about, I know you deal with infants, but she has a 3-year-old who was staying dry at night, and day is no problem, and then she started wetting the bed again. And so her question was, what can we do to help her to get her child to stay dry at night? And Julie and I both looked at each other and went,
yeah,
cloth diapers.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you're using disposables or she's wanting to be put back into her pull-ups, children do not feel wet when they're in disposable pull-ups, and that's why they will continue to pee. Put them into cloth diapers and they will feel wet and they will potty train quickly. You will see most children that are cloth diaper will potty train by the time they're 2 years old.
And one thing that's really nice actually with the Rumparoos, you can use the snap diaper and you can snap it to the largest setting, and they can push and pull it up and down on their own.
Like their own pull-up.
Yeah, and you don't put an insert in. It's not absorbent, but it's waterproof.
Gotcha.
If she makes it through the night okay, then, she's not really wearing a diaper, but if she has an accident, it's still waterproof.
Awesome. It's great advice. Perfect. Okay, let's see. Let's go on to the next page here. This is a really good question, and I saw somebody actually bring it up online here as well. We were talking about this tonight, right? About daycare?
Yep.
So this came from Meredith in New Jersey, and Meredith was asking, how do daycare providers respond to, let's see, where is it? How do daycare providers respond to cloth diapering? How do you respond to naysayers? We're planning to cloth diaper, and I have heard nothing about negativity from most people. I'm not discouraged at all, but I'd like to respond in a way that is positive and perhaps encourages them to learn more. Excellent question, and I love how positive you came to this. So it's great.
And that's really the outlook you have to take, because it can be a really controversial topic, and there's a lot of people who it's a lot of miseducation and uneducation, where people just don't realize how easy it is nowadays, and that modern diapers have really transformed away from the pre-folds and the pins, and it's something that is so easy and so functional.
Yes.
Daycare.
Yeah.
Back to with it. I'm like, where am I going?
Where am I going with this?
Back to the daycare side of it. There's a lot of ways that you can work around the daycare situation. It's a personal choice for your family. So it becomes touchy when daycare say that, it's against the law. It's not against the law for them to cloth diaper your child. It's against health code. It's not against health code for them to cloth diaper your child. If you go into them with an open mind, and understand that they really need to, understand what this product is about, and you take a diaper and you show them how easy it is, there's multiple solutions.
Yeah, don't just walk into your daycare and say, I'm planning to cloth diaper, because you know what they have in their mind. If they've never seen one of Julie's diapers, okay, what they're going to think is you're bringing in these burp pads with pins, like the old-fashioned diapers, and they're like, oh my God, please, no, go away.
Yeah.
What you need to do is just bring your diapers in, and you need to say, I'm cloth diapering, here are the diapers, here's the pail to put them in, I'll be picking them up after when I pick up the child, just leave them all in here, and my child has an allergic reaction to diapers, and this is what I need to do, and the doctor said so.
Yeah, I mean, if we had to put Autumn in daycare and they told me, you have to use disposable diapers, then we would have been in trouble because I couldn't put her in disposables.
There you go. Exactly. I just saw somebody posting something about the conflicting information about whether you can use enzymes in the detergents.
Yes.
about using enzymes, that there's some confliction going on. I want to just make a comment here because this is one of the reasons why Julie and I, this is why I flew out to Colorado. This is why I'm creating a program that is going to be available to all of you because there is so much information out there on the internet, and there are chat boards, and there are all kinds of places and websites that you can go to for information. And in fact, every single company has different washing instructions and and that's because each diaper has its own washing instructions and ingredients and what they put in, how they make the diaper.
Yep.
I think that's really important to get your information from experts, okay? And that's why we've created the program that we have. But maybe you want to answer for a moment, like, what's the deal with enzymes, and when, can you use them or can you not use them?
The thing with enzymes is they are natural and biodegradable, and they are specifically created to break down proteins, break down fats, and really break down the waste that's inside the diaper. So it's important to have enzymes because none of that filth is being left behind and it isn't building up in the diaper. Now, babies who have more sensitive skin sometimes can react to enzymes. And in those cases, there are still there's still detergents out there that have enzymes, but they're going to be less, I guess,
harsh.
Yeah, less harsh.
I don't think you should just go buy any detergent with enzymes in it. I think that you need to stick to the milder enzymes.
Yes.
Right? And somebody just asked, like, which detergent do you recommend?
We recommend, there's a few that we recommend. We do recommend Tide and Gain, and a lot of people right away, are like, well, I don't want to use Tide and Gain. And then there's some really good ones. We like Ecover, Baby Ganix, and those are some of the ones that are more on the mild side, and they're still widely available. So anybody's going to be able to get them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole list, and if you've taken the classes with me, I've given you a list of all kinds of safe detergents that you can use on your cloth diapers. It really comes down to, is it working for your diapers?
Yeah.
If it's working, then go with it. If it's not working and you're having issues, and some of the issues that you might see are either the fact that you're getting a smell, okay, or a lot of staining, or you may be getting a buildup, okay, and then you may have leaking in the diaper, and that is a lot of times caused by the detergent that you're using.
Correct. And sometimes you can even be using the right detergent, and you're just using too much, and that can cause, buildup, leaking, stink. So
yeah. Perfect. It does require some troubleshooting. I mean, anything when you're learning a new skill, it's like breastfeeding, okay? Some people do it and they just it just clicks. They just put the baby on the breast and everything works. And for a lot of other people, it's not as easy, and they require information, classes, preparation, and then expert advice when they're done, okay? Or when they actually have their baby. And just like breastfeeding, and this is like such a correlation for me because I see the same kind of things going on between breastfeeding and cloth diapering. It's like you've got the chat boards and like a lot of like advice and information being given out that is not necessarily great, that people are listening to, getting confused over. It's the same thing that's happening with cloth diapering. And then you get a lot of this opposition that's going on too around breastfeeding, moms who may not breastfeed, who mother-in-laws, grandmothers who didn't breastfeed, actually going, well, I didn't do it, it's fine. And then you've got the same thing going on with the cloth diapering. My biggest advice I could give you is this: let's not judge each other, okay? So everybody makes the right choices for themselves and for their own children. And I think that when you're talking to somebody who's deciding to cloth diaper or who is disposable diapering and you're cloth diapering, it's not your job to convince them to cloth diaper. If you want to educate them, if you want to tell them what you're doing and they are not into it, that's great. That's their decision. If you want to tell them where they can go get information, perfect. But I wouldn't push the issue because people really, they know what they want, and they're going to either get it or they're not going to get it.
It can end up turning into more of a defensive argument than really an educational conversation.
I mean, when you start to talk about, for a lot of people, when you start talking about cloth diapering and why you're doing it because of your baby's health, and they haven't cloth diapered, many people will start to become defensive in that, what are you saying? That I didn't do a good thing for my child? No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying, that you may not know all the information, but you're not really going to get anywhere with that argument. So it's better to just leave it alone. Talk to the people who are cloth diapering. Join us online. You can talk to us. Everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we will see you again next week on My Baby Experts. Thanks for joining us. Take care.
Bye.